Welcome to Keto Life Support, where we make your keto life sustainable, fun, and low stress. I'm Kim Howerton, and I'll be coming to you weekly with some of my keto besties to bring you the practical, real-world keto advice that you need. Quick disclaimer, I am not a doctor, and even if we do have a doctor in the house from time to time, he or she is not your doctor, and nothing we say on this show should be taken as medical advice. Always check in with a trusted medical professional about your own personal medical concerns.
Hello, this is Kim Howerton. Welcome to Keto Life Support. This is episode number 50. It's just a little intimate episode with us, you and me today, to talk a little bit more about keto coaching and what is the difference between coaching and teaching. I'm sure this will be riveting, so stick with me. It will also be fairly short, so stick with me. All right. Hey there. All right. So I got this question on my Instagram page, actually, where we'd been chatting back and forth in the comments about something. I don't remember what. And the topic came up that she was spending money on ketone drinks, and she was cheating on keto and having a lot of struggle and just super struggle land. And I said, hey, stop wasting your money on the keto drinks. Get yourself like a keto coach who can help you. Because she shared that, I think it was a she. Indications were it was a she. But you know how social media can be. The pictures are very small. So she was sharing that, she was having a lot of trouble not cheating. So, family wasn't supportive. It's a story we've heard a lot and a lot of us are living. So very understandable. And so coaching is actually, in my mind, was a perfect option. And she came back when I said that and said, well, I don't understand what coaching would do for me. How's that supposed to help? And it made me think about the fact that I'm not sure. People throw out the term keto coach a lot. It made me think, I don't know that people know the difference between coaching and teaching. Because honestly, in the world, a lot of people who call themselves keto coaches are keto teaching, right? But not all of them are coaching. Now, some do both. I do both. But it made sense to me maybe to get into what the difference is between teaching and coaching. So teaching is one direction, right? Now, there are elements, it gets muddy in the middle, as with every topic. But if you think about it, when I do a live or when I do a podcast, right? In this podcast, I am teaching. I'm telling you how something is. I'm explaining how something works. It's mostly one direction, right? I am putting the information out and you are receiving the information. That is teaching. Now, obviously, as a good teacher, you want to make sure that your audience or your students are hearing you and understanding you so that you can alter your message so it better lands with who you're talking to. That's part of being a good teacher. But ultimately, when I'm putting out documents or ebooks or doing a live or doing a podcast, I'm teaching. I'm saying this is how something goes. Here are the steps. Here's what to do. Here's what you need to learn, right? That's teaching. Coaching is when you're working with someone, and often you're specifically working with them not on learning, right? That's teaching. You're working with them on who they are and how they interpret things and receive things. So as an example, a sports coach, right? There's an element of teaching. Again, it's not black and white, but, a sports coach, maybe with very young kids, they're teaching you, this is a ball and this is how you run. And they're teaching you skills. But then as you get more advanced, it switches to more coaching and it's more about strategy and how to and working with your mindset. And that's coaching. So coaching is to help you develop deeper understandings and a better way of doing things. Whereas teaching is like skill acquisition or knowledge acquisition. Coaching is learning more about yourself, your filters, how you work, how you think, so that we can bend the teaching to you, right? So when we're coaching, we're working on how you interpret things and how you put things into action. I think this is really important to think about the difference between teaching and coaching, because ultimately it actually even applies within ourselves, where like we first learned about keto, there's a lot to learn about what keto is and isn't and how does it work. And, I want to read this study and interpret it. Then you take that knowledge and after you kind of interpret what it means, then you have to apply it to yourself. And in that application is really, at first, the learning is a ton of work, but then really honestly, all the work is the application. So in this example, this person was telling me, they really struggle not to fall off the wagon every day, right? Not to eat all the junk. And so a teacher would, again, I'm simplifying, so I'm not saying there aren't teachers who are great coaches too, but kind of just defining the skills differently. So, teaching in this situation would be for me to explain why cheating every day is not going to work and why that, won't work for keto and, what are the negative repercussions of that, right? What's going on to your blood sugar and what's happening with this, what's happening with that. That's teaching, which is important. Those are lessons that you should learn. But what coaching looks like in that place is more, well, let's look at this. What's going on? What's happening? When is this happening? What's gone on till then? It's really like analyzing the situation and coming up with strategies to avoid the same thing happening over and over again and to get a better outcome. So one of the things that I think a lot when I look around at all the people in the world talking about keto, there's a lot of teaching going on and there's less coaching going on. And ultimately, for someone to be really, truly successful, I don't think you have to hire me. I don't think everybody has to hire a coach. But at the very least, we have to address the specific types of topics that one would address within coaching. Right? So some people are readers. They love to read and interpret. So they'll read a book on mindset and they'll apply those things to themselves and they'll think about it. And so they can find a way to essentially coach themselves, if you will, or they'll talk to a friend. But really what I want to get across is that teaching and coaching are completely separate, though many people do both. All right. So hopefully that was helpful. If you want to learn more about coaching with me, there'll be a link in the show notes where you can get in touch with me and we can chat. Because sometimes you hit a roadblock in your life and you need somebody to help guide you through it. All right. So I hope this has been helpful and I wish you all the best this week. And we'll be back next week with a longer episode where I'm talking to somebody besides myself. So take care. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Thank you so much for joining us for this episode of Keto Life Support. Want more information? Want show notes? Want to suggest a topic? Just head over to ketolifesupport.com. That's where all that kind of thing can go on. By the way, I have a request. If you could go to your podcast host and hit subscribe, we would really, really appreciate it. And what would be even more awesome is if you could write a review. And what would be even more awesome than that is if you could write like a really flattering review. Just asking, you do you. All right. So thanks so much for joining us. I'm thrilled that you're part of the Keto fam. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.